everyone, welcome to Long Arm Wednesday. I'm Laura Lynn of the Mama Pup Quilt Shop. Thank you very much for joining us. This week I'm working on a really quick and I wouldn't say simple, but it's a really quick wall hanging. It's from one of my customers, and she did the Discover Canada little panel here, and it's quite beautiful. I'll take with the small camera so you can see a little bit. I've outlined the provinces here and did some trees down here on the edge and some bears and stuff, and she really liked beavers. She wanted at least a beaver on it. I told her I had a bear pattern, but I didn't have a beaver. So hubby asked me how my project was going the other day, and I said, well, I haven't found a beaver and I need a beaver. Can you get me a beaver? He's like, you know what? I'll see what I can do. So he literally found me a beaver and made me a beaver. So check him out right there. Isn't he adorable? He's upside down at this point in time. But he just took a true from nature photo and put it in some software and traced the lines that were prominent that needed to be to get the outline of the beaver, and magic, there we go. Took some hours, and it was very, very happy he did it because it makes my customer happy, and I always want to make customers very, very happy. So what we're doing right here, we're just going to finish off 2 beavers to stitch. They're just going to go nose to nose over here. So I'm going to hit my OK button, and he's going to move on over. And we're going to stitch these 2 beavers up. I'm using shell thread. I was given free rein on this project. She wasn't very inspired by it. She liked the panel and everything that it was pretty about it and how she made it up, but it wasn't inspiring to her. So she just said, Laura Lynn, whatever you want to do, just go ahead and do it. So by golly, I did, and I hope she loves it. Okay, because I surrounded it all with trees. I've got trees coming up here and trees coming over here, and then big bear over there. And like I said, I traced out all the provinces and the little islands and everything, and Discover Canada and the Parliament building, the moose, everything. I just kind of went around it, really detailed, trying to highlight it the best I could. So, talking about Canada, it's also Canada's 150th birthday this year, and the Canadian Quilters Association had an initiative challenge to make 1,000 quilts for the Ronald McDonald House throughout Canada. So, and my guild was partaking. I belonged to a couple guilds, and they had partaken and made a few tops, and I did 5 for my guild for the Erin Village Quilters. Rock on, ladies, and quilted those up for them. It just needs some, I think 3 or 4 of them needed binding, but anyways, I did the rest, and I really liked what we did on it. They seemed to like what I did on it, so fantastic. So we wanted to help a little bit more because we have this big, beautiful machine. So we contacted the Canadian Quilters Association and said, hey, we'd like to help. Let us help, right? So they did. They sent me 24 quilt tops. 1 or 2 of them had some backing, which is good. It's fantastic. Other than that, the rest is going to be donated from us by the quilt shop. The batting, the backing, and of course the quilting of it, okay? Oops. All right, so single stitch here. Oops, get a little closer there. I took one far apart. All right, so anyways, we have been quilting up some of those 24s in the quilt shop. Oops, hold on, let's go back to here. I hit the wrong button, my bad. No, we already did that one. 1 second, just need to collect it as sewing. For some reason, I hit the OK and not the OK button, but the stop button. All right, now we go to quilt. Okay, it'll move over to the other beaver that we need to do. So he's gonna go nose to nose. Okay, so back to the Canada's Quilt 150. Okay, get this to go here. Yes? Say, what's going on? Well, it's not working. All right, so it's gonna do the beaver. Okay, so I've done 9 of those quilts. They just came like not even a week ago. Actually, I think it was actually just a week ago. And I've done 9 of them up so far. So I've done a couple of small ones. I've done different patterns on them. I'll show you one example right here. This is just one of the small styles. There is 3x4 and 4x6. Okay, those are the number of blocks that were needed to make the 2 different size quilts that they were asking for the donation. And I just everyone was a little bit different. I did a little pattern. Hopefully you can see that with the yellow thread. I just wanted something to stand out a little bit, give it a different texture. You know, to me, quilts are art on both sides, the back as well as the front, because the stitching should stand out as a quilt in itself, to me. But that's just who I am, okay? So here's just one example of the ones that we did up here in the quilt shop, okay? And there's a couple that I did notice that had no Canadian 150 fabric in it, like this beautiful one right here. And there's a couple of big ones that we did up. Okay, check this out. Isn't this gorgeous? I love this. Totally, totally love this. And I did a nice little, I think it's magenta or something thread. You can really see it out on the orange. That's what I mean. It's a totally different pattern. It stands out on its own. It's its own little beauty. So I'm binding this one and this beautiful one that I did a custom job back here on, the pink one, in the Canada's 150 fabric. I'm going to bind it because I still want us to be what they had specifically asked for was the Canadian's birthday fabric, right? So I want to partake in that. And I have a huge big bolt right here ready to use for that sort of thing, okay? So I'm happy about that. Also, the quilt shop itself has done a top, a nice big top. So I did this up myself. And in each center is a piece of the Canada's 150. And this will be donated specifically from the Mama Pop Quilt Shop to the Ronald McDonald House because, you know, made it, quilted it, and we'll finish it all up. So hopefully it'll be covering somebody who needs it, that's for sure, okay? So we're very happy to partake in this, very proud. We've never had the need to use the facilities at the Ronald McDonald House, but that doesn't mean we don't know people who have, so. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to talk about. Oh, it goes on in June, so if anybody wants to partake, have any blocks or a flimsy or something like that, get it to us or get it to somebody who's close to you, and we'll get it all quilted up when we're all there, partying it out in June at the International Center. So thanks everybody for watching and checking out the weekend projects and other long arm Wednesdays, and we'll chat soon. Okay, thanks, bye. Sorry, I meant to show you this quilt before, or this wall hanging before we said goodbye, so you can see it here. So just give me just a moment here. I loved it. I fell in love with it when she brought it over. I got bobbin sticking to the bottom here. It's always chaos, I tell you. Always chaos. That's half the fun around here. Okay, unpin it real quick. She was going to do it on her domestic machine, but she changed her mind. She was, like I said, she was uninspired. So she brought it over to me and said, you know what? Do what you want, quilt lady. I'm like, all right, I'll get on it. And it did. I waited on it for a couple of days. I wanted to be inspired by it. I wanted to kind of, I know it sounds weird, but to kind of talk to you sort of thing. To, you know, when you got this, you know, piece of art that somebody has made and they want you to accent it with stitches, but it's of your choice. You know, you don't want to go slapping edge to edge over it with roses or something like that. So, you know, take the time, let it speak to you. Like I said, she liked the bears, she liked the beavers, and the only critters with antlers I could find were very Christmassy sort of orientated, like reindeer, and I didn't really want that. So here, let me just move Mr. Walt over to the side here, and I will hold up this beautiful wall hanging for you to see. Isn't it beautiful? She did a great job on putting it together. I like how she put the little border pieces. It's all pieced out. Like it's not, I think it's just a centerpiece, and then she bordered it up, and you know, I like the bears. I love the bears. I love the trees. I'm just hoping she feels the same way. So get a good look at that. Here, I'll hold it up a bit better there. And it's just got some maple leaf fabric on the back. And I think it turned out really well. So hopefully she's pleased with it. Okay, just some, like I said, just some plain backing. And you can see, you know, just the stitching. I didn't want the stitching to stand out too much, but I didn't want it to get lost either. That's why I kind of chose the Shelly kind of color to it. So thanks everybody. Sorry to cut the show short there for you. But thanks for watching, and we really, really do appreciate it here at Mama Pop Quilt Shop. And if you have any questions or suggestions, just ask. We'll get back to you, I promise. Okay, thanks. Take care, everybody. Enjoy your Wednesday. Bye-bye.